new.
It's a pillow fight out
You
there.
think the league is being more? Is it more soft now?
It's a pillow fight. It's just ridiculous. It's
Or is
football.
it-
This
or
is a
is-
violent game. You
or-
know what you're signing up when you're a kid. You know what you know from the get-go what you're signing up for. This is the nature of the game. What the league can do is just better the equipment, make helmet improvements, make shoulder pad improvements. That's what you can do. But to take the violence away from the game, it's an offensive game as it is now. But to take hits away from the defense that could be momentum hits or large the ball from the offensive player and get them an extra 15 yards, it's ridiculous. You can't hit from the chest up. Okay, so what they do now? They aim for the legs. That's how you get your ACL injuries. That's how you get your MCLs, your torn ankles, your Achilles. That's how you get worse injuries than, a shoulder bruise or this, that, and other. So at the same time, it's still a violent game. Whether you're going to get hit up top or get hit down low, you're going to get. This is basically what the tuck rule is. This is my quarterback, Curtis Killings.
Let me get right here.
Okay, I'm Charles Wilson. As the quarterback holding his arm to throw the ball for an incomplete pass. Back up for me. I'm sorry, E. Come right here. As the quarterback's throwing the ball for an incomplete pass, when the quarterback is in the throwing motion, but he feels the pressure and want to kind of bring the ball back. Bring the ball back. I'm about to swipe the ball from you.
Okay, here we go.
And the ball, he fumbles the ball. That's rule. The tuck rule is indicating that the quarterback arm is going forward. Therefore, it was an incomplete pass. Knowing that his hand was coming back to the body, but it's this forward motion that started off that will give him an incomplete pass.
So it's the forward motion of the ball coming down that makes the play considered a fumble.
And if you watch that tape on Charles Wilson and Tom Brady clearly was fumbling the ball. It wasn't an incomplete pass at all. He brought his arm forward, but he brought it back to his body because he was feeling the pressure and just fumbled. So the tuck rule is out of the window. So basically, if we do that again and I swipe the ball and he fumbles it, that's a fumble, live ball. No incomplete passes.
Another rule that I know they're changing is the spear rule.
Exactly, the spear rule, which is, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, to take away from running backs and ball again. I'm sorry. Flashbacks. to take away from the running back and what he brings to the game, I mean, the running back has to protect himself. It's ridiculous. The spear rule is basically after 5 yards, say the running back is in the open field, a safety or a cornerback, you're the defender. Instead of like protecting himself and lowering his head to protect himself from the other guy's hit, that's out the window. They can't do that no more. So now they have to basically just more so lead with the shoulders.
Or the forearm.
Or just get him in a juke move. But no longer is the running back able to put his head down and spear the opponent. You got guys like Emmitt Smith, Matt Forte coming out and speaking on this saying this is ridiculous. How can you take away, I mean, first of all, they're at a disadvantage anyway. They're getting hit all the time. How can you take away our only defense mechanism, which is to lower our head and lower our shoulders? You're exposing all of this from the neck down to get hit. When you got 250-pound linebackers who work out in the gym year round, that's like a death sentence.
So you think that takes away from the great running backs as Adrian Peterson's,
Aaron
Foster's,
the physical running backs in the game, the Maurice Jones-Drews, the Adrian Petersons, the Marshawn Lynch, the guys who are go-getters and who deliver the blow to you take away from their game, which is ridiculous. You're hindering the players. So playing with those guys and coming back from 17-point deficit and winning that game is big. And also 27 points against the Cleveland Cavaliers in a very hostile environment with LeBron coming home in the third quarter. 27 points in the third quarter, that's insane. LeBron is showing the maturity. He's looking like the 4-time MVP right now. Who is Lob City?
Who is Lob City?
Who has the best Lob City in the NBA? Is it the Miami Heat or is it the Los Angeles Clippers? We have a little top 5 going on for our top 5 segment of the show. Lob City. Take it away with number 5. Oh, Blake Griffin. That's a good way to start off the show.
He's definitely.
Kendrick Perkins, holla at your boy.
Brings the lob to Lob City out there in Los Angeles.
Chris Paul, the best point guard in the league. Oh, man. Mama, there goes that man. Ugh. Just nasty. Let's go on to number 4. We had Dwayne Wade with the steal.
LeBron coming down.
One thing about when those guys in the open court, you call it a day,
Notice
baby.
how Wade looks off before he even dunks it.
He does. He's not looking that way.
He has that
look
security.
where LeBron catches the ball.
He just knows LeBron gonna dunk it.
We have a guy like 6'9" LeBron jumping a 40-inch vert. I know too.
Like Curtis
Lob
was
City.
That does
Jamal Crawford between the legs to Blake Griffin with the windmill. Look at DeAndre Jordan. One thing about those Los Angeles Clippers, they know how to pull on the show.
They will dunk.
They get the fans what they paid for. This is beautiful. And what people don't underestimate is the pass. That's a great pass between the legs, right on money. Oh, Blake Griffin.
And it's just so clutch because he had to think about that pass before he did it.
Yes, sir.
Jamal Crawford.
Right on the money. But you can throw it anywhere in the facility, Blake Griffin's going to get it.
And if it's a guy who won't giving me the ball, be Jamal Crawford. I think he has the best handles in the NBA.
Nah, Chris Paul, baby.
Thomas, Cole, LeBron.
Jason Terry.
Oh,
there's your funeral. There's your burial, son.
Rest in peace, Jason Terry.
Rest in peace.
You had a nice career, man.
Oh, man, LeBron, you got to do the man like that. Just watch how they set him up.
I don't like they called a penalty on LeBron that play.
Oh, you got to, yeah, it's just a little all fun and games. But you got to stay on down.
Jason Terry is embarrassed.
Look at it. It looks like monkey in the middle. Wade with the steal. Behind the back, look at that. Monkey in the middle.
That's what you call ball movement.
That's what you call the wrong place at the wrong time. Just look at this. Jason Terry. Why did you even jump, son?
Poor guy.
I feel sorry for him. Oh, man. And number one, we have DeAndre Jordan. This is number one on everybody's boards. DeAndre Jordan over Brandon Knight.
Arguably the best dunk of the season.
Just why? Just why?
The best trend.
Oh, man. Trending topic on Twitter, R.I.P. Brandon Knight. Son, get in the rim.
He buried him.
6 feet under. Now let's check this out. Look at Brand. Look. Yeah, nasty.
And I feel like they should be number one. I think Alabama's number one standing is just off of hype and publicity.
It's not hype. These guys, they have not lost a game since last season. These guys are the reigning champions.
Repeat that again.
They have not lost a game since the season. They still remain undefeated.
That's the point.
They still remain
undefeated.
That's the point.
It's all about the perception of Alabama. Exactly. It's not about this year. Like you just said, last year they haven't lost a game since last season. Because reigning national championship. That's all it is.
Why should Florida State just be able to just jump to number one?
I'm not saying Florida State should be number one.
Why not? I mean, check these numbers out. Against 3 ranked teams, Florida State, the points they scored is 155 to 28. 155 to 28 against 3 ranked teams. 2 of those being in the top 10.
Exactly. We've covered the hot teams. Now we're going to go to the teams that aren't doing so great.
Who's not?
The Pittsburgh Steelers, the New York Giants.
Even worse.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Sports Corner. What does Cookman football team have to do to win the national championship?
For the Wildcats to win the national championship, like I said in our previous show, these guys have to be more balanced on offense. You have to pass the ball. You have Eddie Poole, Preston Cleckley. These guys are one of the best receivers in the country, but they're kind of unknown because we don't pass the ball enough. Exactly. If we throw the ball to those guys, and then you get Ike Isidore Jackson healthy with Anthony Jordan, that 1-2 punch, that thunder and lightning combination, that could be really big for the FCS opponents when it comes to playoffs.
Sports Corner, the Boston Celtics, they've lost a lot of players. What do they have to do to get back into the championship?
The Boston Celtics. Well, it's going to be a kind of rebuilding year for them. For them to get back, they have to build around their best player, clearly one of the best they're clearly one of the best point guards in the league, in Rajon Rondo. And you have guys like Jeff Green, he came to his own last year as a scorer. You have Avery Bradley, probably the best perimeter defender in the country, and Coach Brad Stevens, who came from Butler, a great young coach, a great young mind, took Butler to 2 national championships.
I'm going to kick it over to CJ Wilson. CJ, talk about some of the things that you saw this football game.
The Wildcat pass defenses were great. They had the quarterback to 78 passing yards on 24 attempts. That really sums up the game right there. 24 attempts on 78 yards, and also less than 100-yard rushing. For the game, less than 150 yards of total offense. You have Tavares Danzler, who to me was kind of like the player of the game. He had 10 tackles, but his play really, it was more so of the energy brought to the game. He was constantly in the backfield, and he had a lot of big hits. He brings the energy to the Wildcat defense. And then you have Nick Addison, who was the All-American, one of the best safeties probably to come through with them in history, along with Nick Collins and Rasheem Mathis. He had 7 tackles along with an interception.
Big change for the Wildcats this year. Coach Yogi has come down from the press box, and he's now actually on the sidelines calling the football plays. So it's a kind of a different perspective. As a defensive guy, does that weigh into any of the play calling or anything? Because you don't have that bird's eye view.
Absolutely. Well, last year they had a lot of problems getting the players down from Coach Yogi with the headsets or whatnot. Now that he's on the field and right there with action and can see the signals from the players, it's much quicker in getting the players out. Last year they had a lot of problems with not being set with the offenses because the players were coming down slow from the press box. Having that Coach Yogi is on the sideline helps the defense out a lot, and it showed today, giving up 7 points.